All right, so today we're diving deep into the future of revenue generation. A world where marketing and sales and customer support and every team that touches the customer works together seamlessly, like a well-oiled machine. We're talking about revenue enablement. And to guide us through this exciting landscape, we have with us Siddharth Sivasamis, the complete guide to revenue enablement in 2025. As sales and revenue leaders, I think you know that breaking down silos and getting everyone on the same page is absolutely crucial for growth. And that's exactly what this deep dive will help you achieve. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this just sales enablement with like a fancy new name? And that's a great question. And to help unpack that, I've got an expert with me today.
It's great to be here.
So let's talk about this shift from sales enablement to revenue enablement. What's the real difference here? And why should our listeners care?
Yeah, you're absolutely right to point out that distinction. Sales enablement, as the name suggests, is focused, on the sales team. But revenue enablement takes a more holistic view. It says, look, everyone who interacts with a customer impacts the bottom line. It's about empowering all customer-facing teams.
Right.
Marketing, sales, customer success, product development, you name it, to work together and drive revenue growth.
So it's a team sport.
Think of it this way. Revenue isn't just a sales metric, it's a team sport.
This makes total sense. Instead of each department operating in its own silo, we're creating a unified front focused on the customer journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the article highlights 3 key goals of revenue enablement.
Okay.
The first is boosting revenue at every customer interaction.
Right.
Second, equipping all customer-facing teams with the right tools and training. And finally, fostering that seamless, positive customer experience through enhanced teamwork.
So it's not just about driving sales, it's about creating a better experience for the customer at every touch point, which ultimately leads to more revenue.
Exactly.
Now, the article lays out 6 pillars of a successful revenue enablement strategy, and I kind of want to dive into each one.
Sounds good to me.
Let's start with cross-functional alignment. The article uses HubSpot's flywheel as an example here. Can you explain how that works and why it's relevant to revenue enablement?
Yeah, the flywheel is a fantastic visual representation of how interconnected teams can drive growth.
Okay.
So imagine a wheel with different sections representing marketing, sales, and customer service.
Okay.
And instead of working independently, each team's efforts feed into the next, creating momentum and propelling the entire customer lifecycle forward.
So it's like a continuous cycle where each team's actions positively impact the others, ultimately driving growth and a better customer experience.
Exactly.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Another key pillar is data-driven insights and analytics. You can't just rely on gut feeling anymore.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Data is king. Companies like Amazon, for example, have built their empires on understanding customer data and using it to make informed decisions. So imagine you're shopping on Amazon, and based on your browsing history and previous purchases, the platform recommends products you might be interested in. That's data-driven decision-making in action, and it leads to a more personalized, engaging customer experience.
That's a great example.
Yeah,
So it's about using data to anticipate customer needs and tailor your approach accordingly.
precisely.
Now let's move on to another crucial pillar, seamless customer journey mapping.
Yeah.
This sounds like a critical piece of the puzzle. Can you walk us through why it matters so much for revenue enablement?
Customer journey mapping is all about understanding the customer's experience at each stage of their interaction with your company. So where are the potential pain points? Where are things going smoothly?
Yeah.
By visualizing the entire journey, you can identify areas for improvement, personalize interactions, and create a more seamless and positive experience for your customers.
Right.
Think of it like creating a roadmap for the customer's journey, identifying potential roadblocks, and finding ways to pave a smoother path.
It's like those old choose-your-own-adventure books.
Yeah.
But instead of a branching narrative, you're crafting a journey where every path leads to a happy customer. I love it. And to create that seamless experience, we need to talk about the next pillar, technology integration.
Yeah.
All right. Technology is my jam. Tell me more.
Think about all the different tools that you use, your CRM, your marketing automation platform, your sales enablement tools.
Okay.
What if they all talk to each other?
Right.
What if data flowed seamlessly between systems, giving everyone a unified view of the customer?
Okay.
That's the power of technology integration. When your tools are integrated, your teams can collaborate more effectively, access the information they need when they need it, and provide a truly seamless experience for the customer.
So instead of information getting stuck in silos, it's freely flowing between departments, making everyone's lives easier and empowering them to do their best work.
You got it.
And we can't forget about the people using those tools, right?
Okay.
The fifth pillar emphasizes personalized enablement in training.
Yeah, makes
You
sense.
can have the best technology in the world, but if your team doesn't know how to use it, it's not going to do much good, right?
Exactly. That's why it's so important to tailor your training to individual learning styles and needs.
Okay.
Platforms like LinkedIn Learning are great for this because they offer a wide range of courses and resources that can be accessed on demand. The goal is to empower each team member with the specific knowledge and skills they need to excel in their role and contribute to revenue growth.
It's like a custom-tailored suit for professional development.
Yeah,
You're giving everyone the perfect fit for their skills and learning style.
that's a great way to put it.
And finally, the sixth pillar focuses on continuous improvement through feedback loops.
Yeah.
This seems like a critical component for any successful strategy. Can you elaborate on this a bit?
Absolutely. It's about constantly seeking feedback from both your teams and your customers
Okay.
and using those insights to refine your approach.
Got it.
Think about companies like Slack. They're known for their feedback-driven culture.
Right.
They're always listening to users, gathering feedback, and iterating on their platform to make it better.
It's about being agile, adaptable, and always striving to improve.
Exactly.
Not just setting a strategy in stone and forgetting about it.
Exactly.
And that brings us to the next crucial point, aligning teams across the revenue cycle.
Yeah.
Okay, we've laid out the pillars. Now, how do we actually put them into practice?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay,
And that's where we'll pick up in part 2 of this deep dive.
so we talked about the 6 pillars of revenue enablement. But how do we actually get everyone rowing in the same direction? How do we align teams across the entire revenue cycle?
Yeah, the article highlights 3 key areas to focus on.
Okay,
The first is establishing shared goals and metrics.
okay. Why is that so important?
Well, think about it this way. If everyone is working towards different goals or measuring success in different ways, it creates confusion and inefficiency.
Right.
But when everyone is aligned around the same objectives, it's like having everyone on the same page of the same sheet music. The CRO has a clear picture of overall performance. The sales enablement manager can tailor training to those shared objectives, and the head of revenue operations can demonstrate the impact of their work.
It creates clarity, accountability, and a sense of shared purpose.
Exactly. And it helps everyone understand how their individual efforts contribute to the bigger picture.
The second area the article highlights is centralized customer data.
Yeah.
This seems pretty straightforward, but why is it so crucial for revenue enablement?
Because in a siloed environment, customer information gets fragmented.
Okay.
Sales might have one set of data, marketing another, and customer support yet another.
Right.
But when you bring all that data together in a central hub, like a CRM system,
Okay.
everyone has access to the same information.
It breaks down those data silos and allows for a more holistic view of the customer.
Exactly. The CRO can make more informed decisions, sales reps can have more personalized conversations, and everyone benefits from a single source of truth.
And the third area is cross-functional communication. This one seems like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many companies struggle with it.
You're absolutely right. Breaking down those departmental silos and fostering open communication is essential for revenue enablement.
Okay.
When teams are talking to each other, sharing information, and collaborating on strategies, it leads to faster problem-solving, smoother customer experiences, and a more unified approach to revenue generation.
It's like the difference between a jazz band where everyone's improvising and a symphony orchestra where everyone's playing in sync.
Exactly. And that brings us to the tools and technology that can help facilitate this transformation.
Okay.
The article highlights several key categories and even dives into specific examples.
Let's talk tech. What are some of the must-have tools for a revenue-enabled organization?
First, you need a solid CRM system.
Okay.
This is your central hub for customer data, and it's essential for everything from contact management to analytics to marketing automation.
It's like the foundation of your revenue enablement tech stack.
Absolutely. Then you have sales content management systems, which help you organize and automate your sales content.
Okay.
This ensures that your reps always have access to the right materials at the right time.
Right.
No more searching through endless folders for the right presentation.
Yeah.
And then there are sales enablement software platforms, which are specifically designed to align teams, automate workflows, and facilitate cross-functional collaboration.
It sounds like having the right tools in place can really streamline things and make everyone's lives easier.
Absolutely. And the article digs into some specific examples like Meet Record, Salesforce, and Gong.
Okay, let's start with Meet Record.
Yeah.
What makes this tool stand out?
Meet Record is an AI-powered sales coaching tool that analyzes calls and provides personalized feedback to help reps improve their performance.
Okay.
It's like having a virtual coach listening in on every call and offering tailored insights.
That sounds incredibly valuable, especially for newer reps who are still honing their skills.
Absolutely.
And for managing customer data, you can't go wrong with Salesforce.
Yeah.
It's a robust platform with tons of features for contact management, analytics reporting, and more.
Salesforce is the 800-pound gorilla of CRM, but it can be a bit intimidating for some organizations.
That's true. It's a powerful platform, but it can also be a significant investment,
Yeah.
and there can be a learning curve involved.
Right.
And then there's Gong, another AI-powered tool that focuses on analyzing customer interactions across various channels.
Yeah.
What kind of insights does Gong provide?
Gong can help you predict deal outcomes, identify coaching opportunities, and even track what your competitors are up to.
Wow.
It's a powerful tool for data-driven sales leaders, but it's important to ensure company-wide adoption and consistent use to maximize its value.
So we've talked about the pillars, the alignment strategies, and the tools.
Right.
But what about the results? What kind of impact can organizations expect to see from implementing revenue enablement?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
And the good news is that the benefits are significant.
Okay.
First and foremost, you can expect to see improved sales performance by streamlining processes, providing better training, and giving sales teams readily available tools. Revenue enablement empowers them to close deals faster and more efficiently.
It's about removing those roadblocks and giving them the support they need to succeed.
Exactly, but it goes beyond just individual sales performance.
Okay.
Revenue enablement also fosters much better collaboration between sales and marketing, which are traditionally siloed departments.
When those two teams are working in harmony, the results can be pretty incredible.
You're telling me research shows that aligned sales and marketing teams can lead to a 36% increase in customer retention and a 38% higher win rate.
Those are numbers that any revenue leader would be thrilled about.
Absolutely. And it makes sense, right, when marketing is generating high-quality leads that are perfectly aligned with the sales team's approach, the entire process becomes more efficient and effective.
It's a win-win for everyone involved.
Exactly. And finally, revenue enablement gives organizations a much more comprehensive understanding of the customer journey.
By mapping out that journey, understanding the customer's experience at each touch point, and then using those insights to deliver a more personalized and positive experience.
You got it. It's all about creating that seamless customer-centric experience that drives revenue and builds lasting relationships.
This is all incredibly valuable information, but before we jump into best practices for implementation, I want to pause here and transition to part 3 of our deep dive, where we'll explore how to make revenue enablement a reality in your organization. All right, we've covered a lot of ground from the core principles of revenue enablement to the tools and technologies that can help you succeed. But now let's get down to like brass tacks.
Yeah.
How can our listeners actually put these ideas into practice?
Yeah.
The article wraps up with some really solid best practices for effective implementation, and I think they're worth exploring.
Absolutely.
It all starts with defining clear objectives. What are you hoping to achieve with revenue enablement? Is it increased revenue? Is it better sales performance? A more consistent customer experience? Or, maybe it's all of the above.
Yeah, you've got to set those goals up front so you have a clear roadmap to follow.
Exactly. It's like setting that destination in your GPS before you start driving, right?
Right.
Without a clear destination, you'll just end up going in circles.
Exactly.
Once you have those goals in place, it's time to think about technology.
Right.
There's so many options out there. How do you know which tools are right for your organization?
That's a great question. And the article suggests 2 main approaches. You can either choose an all-in-one platform that covers everything, or you can select specialized tools for specific needs.
It's like the classic trade-off between a Swiss Army knife and a specialized tool set.
Exactly.
Right? Sometimes you need the versatility of a multi-tool,
Right.
and sometimes you need the precision of a dedicated instrument.
Right.
And the best choice for your organization will depend on your unique requirements budget and existing tech stack.
Right.
But regardless of which approach you choose, it's crucial to choose wisely because technology plays a vital role in facilitating revenue enablement.
Absolutely. It's not just about buying shiny new tools. It's about selecting the right tools for the job and ensuring that your team knows how to use them effectively.
You got it. And speaking of effective use, the article emphasizes the importance of staying focused and consistent. Yeah, it's easy to get excited about a new initiative, but how do you ensure that revenue enablement doesn't just become another abandoned project?
Right. That's where communication and accountability come in.
Okay.
The article recommends establishing a regular schedule for discussing your revenue enablement efforts, analyzing results, and making adjustments as needed.
Okay.
This could be a weekly meeting, a monthly review, or whatever works best for your team.
It's about building those check-ins into the routine so
Exactly.
it stays top of mind.
Consistent effort is what drives real progress.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
finally, the article stresses the importance of ensuring company-wide accountability.
Right.
This isn't just a sales or marketing initiative. It's a collective effort that requires buy-in and participation from all departments.
Yeah, when everyone feels accountable for contributing to revenue growth, you create a much stronger and more sustainable culture of enablement.
It's about breaking down those silos and fostering a sense of shared ownership over revenue generation.
You nailed it.
So to recap, the key takeaways here are define clear objectives, choose the right technology, stay focused and consistent, and ensure company-wide accountability.
Those are the ingredients for a revenue enablement success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But beyond these practical steps, I think there's a deeper shift in mindset that's required to truly embrace revenue enablement.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
It's about moving away from the traditional view of departments as separate entities and starting to see them as interconnected pieces of a powerful revenue engine.
What if instead of viewing marketing, sales, customer support, and product development as like separate teams, we saw them as different parts of a single, unified machine, all working together to drive growth?
That's a powerful image. It changes the entire dynamic and fosters a much more collaborative and customer-centric approach.
Exactly. It's
Mhm.
about breaking down those mental silos and recognizing that everyone plays a role in the customer journey and ultimately in driving revenue.
Yeah, when you start thinking about your organization as a unified revenue-generating machine, it changes everything. It impacts how you hire, how you train, how you communicate, how you measure success. It really touches every aspect of your business.
So for all the sales and revenue leaders out there listening, what's the one key takeaway you want them to walk away with today?
I think revenue enablement isn't a quick fix or a one-time project.
Okay.
It's an ongoing journey of continuous improvement, adaptation, and collaboration.
It's about creating a culture where everyone is aligned, empowered, and focused on delivering exceptional customer experiences that drive revenue growth.
Exactly, and it all starts with taking that first step.
So what are some actionable steps our listeners can take today to start building a more revenue-enabled organization?
Start by having those conversations.
Okay.
Talk to your teams about revenue enablement. Get their input on what's working, what's not, and where you can improve.
Start breaking down those silos and fostering a more collaborative environment.
And don't be afraid to experiment with new tools and technologies. There are so many great options out there that can help you streamline processes, improve communication, and empower your teams.
Remember, revenue enablement is a journey, not a destination. By continuously learning, adapting, and optimizing your approach, you can unlock the full potential of your teams and drive sustainable revenue growth for your business. That's it for this deep dive. We hope you found it valuable. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.